Are you like me, a live streamer, content creator, maybe broadcast live events, and you want a 4K solution where you can have multiple cameras, screen capture, all in sync so you can post edit really easy? I've got a solution for you. As an educator in audio post-production, I wanted a solution where I could capture multiple cameras and screen capture in one go, whether it was live stream or creating content for YouTube. NDI is video over network, and it's really versatile. You can do so much with it, whether it's bringing in audio from different sources, as I said, multiple cameras, and your screen capture, and I found a solution. It's by Kiloview. It's the N40. Kiloview were kind enough to send me two N40 units, one for my main camera and one for my down camera, which you can see here, which will show off my mixer and controllers so that when I'm doing a tutorial or a live stream, people will be able to see what I'm doing. I've also been given their recorder software, which is a multi-channel NDI recorder, and it brings everything in sync, so you can have all your cameras and your screen capture in sync. I'm going to show you the recording software later, but for now, I'm going to just show you the NDI N40 unit. I've got one here. I'm currently actually using the other one up the top on the second camera. Oh, look at that. I haven't even pulled it out of its wrapping. So this is going to be a slow process. Maybe I'll speed this one up. The N40 unit is simple and small. It even has mounts on the top and bottom and an adapter. Where are you? An adapter here for your camera, so you can mount this straight on the top of your camera. On this unit you have Ethernet, which is PoE, so it means you can power this unit straight from the Ethernet. You've got to make sure that you have a bridge that has PoE on it, but it means you don't have to have extra power for this. Now the U40, which is a different unit, or it's got similar features, it also can power your camera, which is really cool, out of a 5-volt port. But unfortunately you can't do that on this one, but I don't need to here because I've got more than enough power in my studio. But you have an in and out, so you can decode it back again. So if you want to send a signal back from your computer into this, into a recorder or whatever it might be. The other thing is it does have a headphone jack for headphones with a mic, so you can use it if you've got a camera operator and you want to have talk back, you can use that. And it also, on the front, has another USB. I think that's for just doing firmware upgrades and stuff. But you also have a giant tally light on here, which is kind of cool. So if you want to know which camera is on, if you're doing switching and stuff, you can use that tally light. One thing to note, this thing does heat up a bit. I don't think it's a concern, but it does get warm. I'm assuming it's doing a lot of juicy stuff in there, so it requires it to heat up. The other thing is you have just a USB port, so that's how you power it. So you can technically just power it with any kind of USB-C. So if you wanted to plug it into your computer or something like that, you'll be able to power it off that USB cable. So what I'm gonna do is show you how to set this thing up, because I had a little bit of trouble doing that. You just gotta make sure you set things like an IP and stuff, because if you don't do that, you might have connection issues. But once it's sorted, rock solid, it connects. And then after that, I'm gonna show you the NDI recording software, which I'm actually using right now. When you want to get started with your N40, you have to first connect to its IP address so you can change its settings internally. Now, what we need to do is go to our network, and I've got a separate Ethernet USB dongle. That means I can stay connected to the internet. We want to change the properties here. So I've given my computer, or that network card, the IP address of 192.168.1.170. The actual unit, and it says it in the manual, is it's 168 at the end there. So you put in the subnet that it requires and you click OK. Once you've connected your IP address on your network, you then go to your browser and actually find the IP. So it's 192.168.1.168 for the unit. And here you log in, and the admin sign up is admin. And funnily enough, admin is your password. And you have to put in a new password. So let's put in that. You can't see it, hopefully. And then you need to log in. So put your new password in, and now we're in. So once you've logged in, you can change the camera name, you can change what channel it's on. So if you've got multiple units, which I do, you can set that up so that they're labeled properly. So when you pull them up in the NDI recorder, they'll be labeled correctly. Once you've connected it to a camera, it'll tell you what resolution it's bringing in. So it'll default to whatever the camera brings in. So 4K 60 FPS or 30 FPS, and it'll tell you what bitrate, which you can actually change. So decoder is for the output of the unit, which I'm not interested in at the moment, but you can use that. The one thing I had a bit of trouble with was connecting the N40 to the recorder software. I found that when you set an IP address rather than using DHCP dynamic, that it connected easily. So my suggestion is give it an IP address that will fit with your network. I'm not going to do that right now for this unit, but I just wanted to show you this software. So that's the main thing that you need to do. And then remembering, once you've connected your camera, you'll actually see all those details here of it coming in. You'll see that the feed's coming in, so you know that when you go to the recorder software, you'll see something. Here you can see at the moment my top-down camera, and I've got screen capture which is just doubling down. And so this is a recorder software. You can have multiple channels. I think you can get a free version that does two channels. So if you were just gonna have a camera and a screen capture setup, you'd be fine to get their free software. The paid version, which I've got, will mean I can have my 2 cameras and I could even have multiple screens captured. So you can see here it's recording. I've been going for 30 minutes now, at least recording. And you can see all the details. So here's the hard drive that I'm recording to, how full it is, and it tells you the performance and obviously the sync here as well. So it's synced to the computer IP. So you can see here on sources, I've actually got the NDI toolkit from the NDI website, and that means I've got screen capture happening at the moment, and that's the screen capture there from my desktop. And you can see here the N40 unit, which is the one up there. And that is connected through that IP address that I set. You can have multiple screens, although I'm recording so I can't, but you can set up to so many channels. Like you could do a full-blown production with this thing with 20, 30 cameras, screen captures, all those delicious things, and you're good to go. And so this is recording, and it puts it into 2 separate folders named whatever I've named it here, so camera 1 and screen capture, and then those files will be in sync. So in the future, with the camera I'm recording myself on now, I'm just recording this on the card because I wanted to unbox the unit, but eventually I'm just gonna have all 3 units straight into here. It's all gonna be in sync. I can grab those 3 videos and just chuck them straight into DaVinci Resolve and edit through there. One thing to note here, you can see my audio levels going up and down. The good thing with the NDI toolkit is with the screen capture, you can pick a microphone, and I've actually got my microphone plugged into that. And then I'm also capturing scratch audio on the camera, and it means I can sync it up really easy. But in the future, I won't even need to do that. I could also bring in my computer audio through NDI so that I have my computer audio, my microphone, 2 cameras, probably gonna end up having multiple screen captures as well, because I've got a big projector screen where it shows the production I'm working on, as well as my main screen for my software. So this is just a bit of an overview and an unboxing of the Kiloview N40 units and their recorder software. Obviously that's just an initial setup, but I'm gonna do a couple more videos, one on how I'm gonna use it for live streaming when I've got my 2 cameras, multiple screen captures set up, as well as how I'm going to use it to capture content in 4K and produce high quality videos and edit those in DaVinci Resolve. So make sure you look out for those videos. I've been Benny Knott from Noisy Post. Make sure you subscribe, like, and send me some comments if you've got any questions, or maybe tell me how you might use these N40 units, and I'll see you on the next one.